Hi, welcome to the Awake and Aligned Woman podcast. I'm Dr. Phyllis, your host. In this podcast, this is where faith fueled women like you are empowered to break free from living on autopilot and stepping fully into a life of purpose, priority, and presence. Here we dive into practical strategies, inspiring stories, and spiritual insights designed to help you live awake and aligned, leading with intention, embracing your calling, and creating meaningful impact in every area of your life. If you are ready to leave behind the numbness and distractions and start living with clarity and conviction, you're in the right place. Let's begin this journey together. I wanted to share with you a story that happened to me recently. I bought a towel rack for the bathroom. I have had this towel rack for weeks. It's been in the box waiting for me to assemble it. Weeks. And sis, I've looked at that box. That box has looked at me. I've looked at that box. That box has looked at me. I've moved that box from one wall to have it standing up next to another wall. I've moved it into the bathroom. I've moved it out of the bathroom. I've hung even the towel on the box. Crazy, crazy. Again, can I say crazy how much I've done to this box and I. The whole purpose is to have a towel rack. So I don't have to have the towel hanging on the tub part of the shower or on a drawer that's open or on the counter, Lord, but on the floor or on the box that's holding the towel rack. So this has gone on for weeks till finally I said, enough is enough. Enough is enough. And I realized that what was keeping me stuck with this box with the towel rack inside was my mind was starting to make up all these stories. It's going to take a lot to get the towel rack put together. I don't have that time. It's I don't know. When am I going to do it and how is it going to be? It just snowball of thoughts. Sis, when I opened the box, from the time I opened the box, took it out of the box, the parts, it probably took me 15 to 20 minutes to put the towel rack together. Now I have a towel rack in the bathroom where my towel is hanging on it, and I even have an extra rack to neatly hang my pajamas over the towel rack. But that's what happens, isn't it? Does that resonate with you? It happens. Often we get stuck and we can't move forward because our mind just starts turning and swirling and all these thoughts that are going on, and we just can't move forward. And so I wanted to share with you this thought. We can so easily keep ourselves from moving forward because we keep stepping over ourselves. And so when you keep stepping over yourself, you can get stuck. So when the real main point is when you stop stepping over yourself, stepping over your aspirations, then you can start taking the next small step forward. When you can stop stepping over your aspirations and yourself, you can then take the next small step forward. Let me go a little further with this. I want to share with you really the framework or the approach that I had and I've developed for myself. I do my we got to coach ourselves. When life happens or when I find that I'm not moving forward on something, this is what I take myself through. And I really look at this as a form of breaking free and starting strong. So the first tool that I use is to stop and declare this is enough. This is enough. I've had it. It's enough. I have to move forward. So the first step, sis, is when you find yourself stuck, stop and declare it's enough. Recognize that you're in autopilot and you're avoiding. Tell yourself enough is enough. No more. Enough is enough. Say it out loud. Enough is enough. This is the power of intentional interruption of this cycle, the hamster wheel, the thought wheel that you're on. Enough is enough. Second is really step back and look at your emotions with compassion. Calmly assess what do you really need to do or overcome to take the first step forward? What do you need to do to take the first step forward? Strip away the overwhelm by getting started. And I want you to think about because often there's something that's underlying causing you a roadblock. So get real crystal clear and say, what is one thing I can do to take a step forward? What's one thing I can do to take one step forward? And why it's so important to identify one doable action that you can take is that it's so important to give yourself compassion so you can release the pressure that you put on yourself usually about needing to do it all at once. And then next, I want you to overcome the overthinking. We got to overcome overthinking, says, because we are the super women of overthinking because we're busy Christian women, faith-based women who are the go-to person. We care, we want to help, we want to fix. God has given us so many skills, so many skills that we want to do it all. We want to do it all. And we start thinking and overthinking the snowball of thoughts, the doubts. What if this happens? What if that happens? It's normal, but they don't have to own you. Those thoughts don't have to own you. I want to say that again. It's normal based on how we're wired. It's just we care. We want to do our best. We want to help. We want to fix. But we can't let those thoughts continue to own us and how we navigate life. I want to say this real loud. Choose to shift focus from paralysis to action. So shift your focus from the thoughts that are keeping you stuck and all the what ifs and why nots to action, to what can you do to step forward. Now, this next one is really important. You have to proceed with imperfect action. Make your move. Imperfect, small, and real. It doesn't have to be perfect. And sis, it rarely is. As we've talked about in the Awaken Align community that I've shared with you, the only perfect being in flesh and blood has been Jesus Christ when he was walking on earth among us. We're not perfect. We're never going to be perfect. We have never been perfect since the fall in the Garden of Eden. So we need to take that off of us. But unfortunately, most of us, and including me over the years, have developed this narrative. And often it's in reaction to our life experiences that because in some settings, we had to be better than other people, maybe 10 feet ahead to be given an opportunity. But we are not going to be perfect. And the striving to be perfect often leads to inaction. So I want you to be comfortable with taking imperfect action. Imperfect action. Imperfect action. I keep saying it, imperfect action. Because it doesn't have to be perfect. And taking that first step builds momentum. The first step changes your mindset. The first step allows you to walk hand in hand with God, with his guidance to help you rewrite your story, rewrite your next season, rewrite your next chapter. Put that towel rack together, right? Be okay with being imperfect. We're human. We're human. We're human. You're human. So, just to review, those 4 tools that I wanted to share with you is one, I want you to stop and declare enough, enough being in that season, enough holding yourself back, enough being in autopilot, enough. Number 2 is take some inventory and be compassionate with yourself on really what's blocking you from taking the next step. And then overcome the overthinking. Overcome the overthinking. And lastly is to proceed with imperfect action. So, within that mindset for this week, I want you to use these 4 tools whenever you feel stuck or tempted to delay a change or a task this week. And I want you to sit with your journal and really look at it. Write it down, your first step that you feel you need to take. So I want you to use these 4 steps. That's what your job is this week. And then your task underneath that is to use the method, put it in action, write down when you feel like you're hitting a wall, write down what is one first concrete step that you can take. Okay? And again, remember these 4 steps. Enough is enough, right? Take inventory, overcome the overthinking, and proceed with imperfect action. It has been a joy, as always, to meet with you. And we're bumping this up. So you'll notice that I said the Awake and Aligned Woman podcast because I'm dedicated. I have a passion for women's ministry. I have a passion for women for life coaching. And I want to continue to grow this community of like minded, faith fueled women who want to break free, stay free from autopilot living, and live with purpose, priority, and presence. I love you. I think about you all always. And again, it's such an honor to join you here this week. Please continue to join me every week. If you have not already, please subscribe. If you're new, welcome. Subscribe, share the podcast. I'm on most major platforms. Subscribe. And I would love, because we understand how the algorithms are across all the platforms. I would love it if you have enjoyed the show, if you enjoyed this episode. Hey, I'm going to be bold. I would love if you would give me a 5-star review. Leave me comments, message me on social media. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Instagram, I have Facebook page, and the podcast is on Apple, it's on Amazon, it's on Spotify, and I would love to hear from you. So until next week, take care. Love you much, sis. This is Dr. Phyllis, and I'll check with you next week. Bye-bye now.